Hello, this is Flat Earth Proofs number 3, subtitled, We've Already Won, meaning the Flat Earthers have already won this debate. I want to start today with a couple of quotes by Nikola Tesla, probably the most profound inventor of the 20th century, late 19th and early 20th century. A couple of quotes. He said, "The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane." Then another one that we've seen in quite a few Flat Earth videos where he said, "Today's scientists have substituted mathematics for experiments, and they wander off through equation after equation and eventually build a structure which has no relation to reality." How true that is. Haven't told anybody this yet, but I have a math degree, and I can testify that I don't understand most math, and I don't understand most of the supposed proofs that they give us about the way our universe works. It just doesn't make sense to me. I can't understand it. But that, of course, wouldn't mean that it's wrong. However, we can easily prove that they are wrong just by looking at reality. So, once again, let's go to the trusty globe, the globe that they believe in. I had a really interesting comment on one of my videos where in my video I said that if in fact we live on a globe, then you will descend from the point that you're at if you were to travel in any particular direction. And one person actually wrote back, "No, you could ascend. You could walk up and you would ascend." So he was probably thinking, let's see if I can find a place here on the globe that we might be familiar with. United States, okay? So here we are. And let's say you're somewhere here in the United States and you want to walk up to Canada. Okay, so he would be saying, well, you're going up, not down. Well, obviously he's not thinking, is he? Because, see, with the globe, if we live on a globe, we always, according to their thinking, according to the globalist thinking, we always are at the top, right? Otherwise, those down in South America and Australia fall off, don't they? But no, they don't fall off because they're right at the top. They're here. So if they go anywhere, by necessity, they're going down. Okay? Very simple proof. And it's a proof using the globe that they believe in. Now here's another one, another very simple proof. An airplane. The airplane proof. Consider the airplane. It starts here at the top in the northern hemisphere of their globe, right up here in the United States. And as that airplane travels south, it has to constantly be adjusting its altitude in order to stay level with the earth. It would have to do that if, in fact, we live on a globe. But you can go to different videos and hear testimony from pilots and also those who have used programs like Flight Simulator who will testify that there are no modifications you make in order to remain level with the surface of the earth. In other words, they do not make modifications in order to constantly descend. But if you did do that, then you'd have to if we lived on a globe. As you go south into South America and then on down, you're constantly going down, what happens? Here at the very bottom, your airplane is upside down. It can't be anything but upside down if we live on a globe. In other words, they may say that you're at the top, that you're going to stay at the top. According to their argument, they have to say that you're always standing straight upright. But the reality is, if you fly an airplane, whether or not the people are standing up at the bottom of the earth, your airplane's upside down. Now, think of this. Heard an interesting interview with Rob Skiba and Jesse Potts the other day. And Rob said that, and I believe he said it was within 2 weeks, he could debunk all but 2 of the 10 best reasons that we live on a globe Earth. And I know what video he's referring to, and I've referred to that in my Flat Earth on Trial series. And I think the 2 that he's referring to is the Coriolis effect and the eclipses of the sun and the moon. Well, you know what? We don't have to prove what causes the Coriolis effect, and we don't have to prove what causes the eclipses. We're not the ones who have had untold billions of dollars to research these things. They have. And you know, they can't prove it. Their argument that a globe causes the Coriolis effect is simply based upon their assumption that we live on a globe. It could easily be caused by something else. Electromagnetism, different things dealing with the sun, the moon, or whatever else God put into our creation. The eclipses, it's clear to me to see that the moon does not reflect the light of the sun. If you just watch the angles, for example, the clearest example would be this one. Again, let's go to the globe. Just the other day, here in America, we had a full moon, okay? Now, the interesting thing is, the full moon always comes up exactly as the sun sets. So the sun was setting over here. Is that right? I guess I'm on the wrong side. It was setting over here in the west, and right as it was setting in the west, the moon was coming up in the east. Okay, now look. The sun is over here somewhere in the west. The moon is coming up in the east. There's no way that sun could be reflecting off of the moon. The entire earth is between the moon and the sun. And if you look at different drawings that you can find on the internet, you'll find that they always show you, when they show you a picture of the full moon, they have the sun directly behind the earth. And if the earth, in fact, caused that eclipse of the moon, that'd be when you'd have the eclipse. So it's clear just by looking at reality that we do not live on a global earth. Another very interesting thing that shows you that the moon does not reflect the sun's light are the experiments that many of us who believe in the flat earth have now done with the laser thermometer that shows that the light of the moon is actually cooler. It's actually cooler when you're in moonlight than you are in a shadow at night, which shows that the moon is not reflecting a heated light. So in my opinion, the flat earthers have already won this debate. The globalists, they cannot point to any simple experiment whatsoever to prove that we live on a globe. We can do experiments dealing with distance. We can show that if we live on a globe, then there's going to be a dissension in wherever we go from a particular point. We don't see that. We can look back at zetetic experiments that were done in the 1800s by Robotham and others that show that there is no curvature in the earth. So what I want to exhort everybody to do is to take the high ground. Also notice this. It's profound, the vile things that people who believe in the globe will call us. They'll call us every vile name, every evil name, every disgusting thing, but they won't make an argument because they don't have any arguments. The flat earthers have won this debate. So let's act like we've won. Let's continue doing the experiments that we can do. But we don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. Our experiments are simple. We've shown them to be true. Let's walk in that truth. Let's continue to believe what is true and not what is false. This way we will become free, and God is freeing us at this time. God bless you and keep you in the name of His Son, Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Until next time.